Welcome back. The Big Sky Conference basketball tournaments run next week in Reno, Nevada, and the University of North Dakota men are the defending tournament champions. This year, the Fighting Hawks are probably going to be a bit of a long shot to do it again, and they've still got a couple of games left in California this weekend to round out the regular season before they hit the road to Reno. Here's head coach Brian Jones with Alex Heinert.
Well, Brian Jones, the home portion of the season is over. The regular season is just about wrapped up. Conference tournament starts in a couple days. March is here for you guys.
Yeah, it's the best time of the year, I feel, as a fan of sports. March Madness is great, and I think as a coach, this is what you kind of, and a player, you kind of live for these times of the year. Obviously, the body of work is what you got to do, but the March is something special, and the magic that seems to happen in many different conferences, but just throughout the tournament as it unfolds.
Yeah, certainly. Your team having great memories from last season's run, of course, to the NCAA tournament. Just a couple of games left in this season. One game last week to talk about. Senior Day here against Northern Colorado. Typically, these two teams play close basketball games. This one was competitive, but it ended up being a little more the double-digit victory for the Bears instead of an overtime game like we'd seen in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen in quite some times. But, I thought our guys had a bad 4-minute spell in that game, and that's where Northern Colorado took advantage of it, and they hit consecutive threes and got some separation in that. But the whole second half, we defended at a really high level. We held them to 36 points, and we missed a lot of open shots. So obviously we're down Dale Jones, being the only senior we do have. That's a big piece of who we are. We struggle to rebound the ball in that first half, and him and Connor are our best rebounds. So you eliminate that, and you eliminate shooting. But I thought our guys did a good job of really fighting, but giving Northern Colorado they had a lot on the line. They came in and really competed and battled and made every big play they needed to make.
You did get 4 players in double figures, including a great 19-point, 12-rebound effort from Connor Avance. But as you said, without Dale Jones, everything kind of slid up a little bit in the bench. Just couldn't give you the production that you needed, just 2 points from your bench.
Yeah, it shows you the youth. I know I keep talking about it, but it's rearing its head consistently for this group. I think that's where they got to continue to grow as young players. You got to be consistent with that. And it's not saying we need double digits from you every night you step on the floor, but when there is somebody who is out of the lineup, that's a great opportunity for somebody to step up. And we needed somebody to step up. They did a great job defensively. It wasn't the defensive side of the basketball. Offensively, we've seen that. We need more productivity from our bench. And when we've had that, we've had a lot of success through the year. So it's just something they got to understand. It's putting good pressure on them. It's not putting that negative pressure on them. We need them to step up and perform. And it could be a collective group. It doesn't just have to be Keenan. It doesn't have to be Billy. It could be them as a group. And honestly, as we move forward these last 2 regular season games in the conference tournament, and I always say whoever wins the conference tournament is going to be somebody who steps up for that team off their bench or somebody they haven't counted on consistently that's had a big night for them.
Yeah, it feels like this season that's been the difference between winning and losing offense.
Yep.
It's been that production
No
from
question.
the bench.
No question.
We should mention, so without Dale on Saturday, it was, as you said, difficult from 3-point land, 0 for 8 from the fields outside the 3-point arc. What is his status moving forward? Is he going to be available this week?
It's day to day. It's he shows up Saturday with back spasms, and if you've ever had those are tough. And he really couldn't move, and it was a frustrating thing. So it's just he's been getting treatment right now. So our hope is he's going to be ready to go by Thursday, but we don't know. He didn't practice yesterday, so it's going to be a game time decision and seeing how he feels. But that's where we're at, and it's obviously we have a game under our belt without 2 games in league play without him, and so it's just going to have to be the same recipe. We're going to have some other guys step up collectively.
Yeah. The road now beckons for this team heading out west to take on Sac State and Portland State. What's the read on those 2 teams who you have not seen yet this season?
It's a tough read because we haven't seen them. We're obviously Sac State is a tough place to play. They play physical. They're well coached. And it's always been a tough place for us to play. We finally got over the hump last year, but boy, we had to fight and claw for everything. And then they turn around and beat us in our building here later in the year when we had a chance to win the conference outright. We do 2 days later, but we have a chance on that Thursday night to do it, and we didn't get the job done. So tough opponent, physical opponent, got great size, got a great player in strings, and then you got Portland State who's got tremendous talent. They're going to pressure for 40 minutes, new coaching staff, so that's going to be even different because usually sometimes when you have coaching staffs, you kind of know their style of play. We don't because they are new. So that could be a good little. I always see that as a chance for growth too, a good little spark in the end of the year, wake you up a little bit heading into the conference tournament next week. So it's going to be a fun road trip. It's the longest road trip for us. But yeah, it's a chance for our guys to continue to get better, and that's what we're going to challenge them for.
2 important games on the road. Again, could be finished as high as 8th in the conference or drop down to 11th, depending on the next couple days go. And then you'll stay on the road. You'll go right from Portland to Reno. So talk about how you're going to make that transition to go from Oregon to Nevada and get ready to play the games that matter the most this season.
That's a first for us. Obviously, you can only control what you can control, but I think a big part right now for all the coaches is how do we keep them fresh mentally and physically? How do we manage the travel? What's unique about this week is we play obviously Thursday, but then Saturday's game is a 1 o'clock game, which we are used to here, but we don't travel.
Right.
We are traveling this time, so we got to be able to handle that. And obviously, we play on Tuesday, right, in Reno. So it's
tough to keep track.
It's all running together. So short turnarounds. That's why the mental freshness and the physical freshness is utmost importance, and we got to try to manage it the best we can.
Yeah, Sac State coming up Thursday at 9 o'clock Central Time, and then Portland State, 1 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock here. Be sure to check in. And then again, best of luck this week at Reno, Coach. Thanks again for the time this season. Good luck out there in the Big Sky Tournament.
All right, thank you guys. More from Grand Forks when we come back. Big weekend for the men's hockey team hosting St. Cloud State. And we've got some analysis, some humor, and some hard hockey information from Brad Schlossman and Alex Heinert coming up next.